Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. And over the weekend I had a very intriguing dream. It was super symbolic, and so I wanted to share it with you to give you encouragement and to shine the light on darkness, because that is what we are called to do. And so for anyone who is new to my channel, I am an author, speaker, advocate, and survivor. I'm a huge believer in prophetic dreams and in a lot of symbolism within things that we see that might be divine signs, supernatural phenomena, as well as a lot of dreams are giving us a glimpse into many things within our own lives. And so today I'm going to share this dream, then I will share the interpretation, and there's various interpretations, and then I'll go into the symbolism and the confirmation behind my dream. All right, so here we go. So I had a dream that I was in the dark, and I was at my home, and I walked over to my window and I opened up the blinds. And then all of a sudden there's this bright light shining into my home. And then the dream ended. So it's a very quick dream, very clear, very vivid. Once again, it's darkness and then bright light. And so I woke up and I'm thinking, I think there's more to this dream than what meets the eye. And so I thought I'd start checking out the symbolism of darkness to light, about opening up the blinds, about going to a window, and about different things that could reveal the interpretation behind the dream. And so here we go. Opening the blinds, one of the interpretations that I read online said, to dream that you are opening the blinds implies your willingness to expose your inner thoughts and emotions that were formerly a secret. No surprise. No surprise. This is not coincidental. This is not a fluke. You know, anyone who knows me, who knows my story, who have read one or more of my books, and who have especially been viewing my videos for the last 2 years, you know that I have spoken up. I have been a truth teller. I have been on a transformational journey in which part of the healing is the telling the truth about what's going on, especially in dysfunctional homes. Okay, so let's move forward with more interpretation of the dream. Let's talk about the window. To dream of a window represents the ability to understand what is happening inside or outside a situation that stays the same for you. Feelings about yourself or someone else, having safety to notice what else is happening. A perspective or insight on current events. So when you're looking out a window, or if there's a window in a dream, it helps you to understand that the interpretation is that we are seeing more clearly. We're getting an outlook on a particular situation. We might end up with a new perspective. And yes, I can definitely say over the past 2 to 3 years, my perspective on many things within my life, as well as the family unit, and everything to do with narcissistic abuse, things to do with toxic family members, rape, the Me Too movement, being silenced, being censored, all of it has come to light. Every bit of it has come to light. Next, the interpretation says, this is still within the window, looking outside a window or just looking at a window, what have you. It may also reflect your ability to understand what is happening in a situation. Noticing or feeling what possibilities lay ahead or what's about to happen to you. It helps you understand yourself. And it's not necessarily that we even need a logical reason. You know, there are many things that unfold in our lives, especially once we build better boundaries, that we may not always have clear understanding at times, but yet, oh, those healthy boundaries are there to protect us. It is there to empower us. It is there to help us have peace of mind. Next, it's not coincidental. that in my most recent memoir, Soul Cry, I wrote about bringing light into darkness. So near the end of my book, so it was about the last chapter, I wrote an excerpt. And so this excerpt is from my book, and it's very clear on bringing light from the dark, that we don't want to keep things concealed. We don't want to bury our pain. We don't want to keep peace just to keep the others, the toxic people, comfortable. No, we're not going to keep them comfortable, because what does that do to us? Well, it silences us. It actually hurts us. It violates us. When we're censored, we are not able to be free. We are not able to recover and heal. So a big part of the healing is, of course, speaking up. So here is the little quote from my book. It says, "Silence doesn't protect me. Silence keeps dark secrets hidden. Healing means being a courageous truth seeker, bringing light into the darkness." And John 1:5 from the Bible has a scripture that I did list in my book, and it says, "The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness cannot extinguish it." Okay, so let's get into the symbolism of light. Now, light is a really positive omen. Light is super, super powerful. Where there is light, there is love, there is encouragement, and there is most certainly hope, especially for hurting souls. So here is different things that I have researched that I wanted to share with you in regards to the symbolism of the light after I opened up the window blinds and the light was shining brightly into my home. When you see a bright light, you feel extremely happy and positive in life. There's absolutely nothing that you fear, since a beautiful bright light always tries to bring positive energies to your side. In fact, all the positive energies are of bright white light. So when we even look at the interpretation of the color white, the interpretation is purity, clarity. White is a very, very lovely shade, and it does symbolize, love and purity and goodness and kindness and grace. Next is, if you dream of a beautiful white light, it's telling you that your higher self is trying to communicate with you. If you're going through a really tough or emotional time in your life, you should feel much better after seeing a bright light in your dream. Such a dream indicates that you have your soul with you, even when there's absolutely no one else to listen to you. And so, oftentimes when we have made some very important changes in our life, especially if we did walk away from unhealthy relationships with people who may have been our family members, may have been our spouses, our friends, our coworkers, or what have you. Oftentimes we may feel isolated, we may feel alone. But know this, we are so much better off without the toxic people in our lives. And so I really believe that was a confirmation in my dream as well. Next, we're into, again, the symbolism of light. Light represents hope, healing, happiness, positivity, and powerful energies. Dreaming of a beautiful, sparkling white light indicates rays of hope. If you have been going through darker times, you are going to get some new hope in your life. Dreaming of bathing in light is also a very positive dream. All of your emotional stress is going to cleanse away because you are healed in such a dream. And again, we're going to continue on with various interpretations. And so the overall dream interpretation of the light is that it's representing clarity. How many of you need crystal clear clarity? I know that I've been asking for clarity. I've been really meditating on it, praying about it. We have this very last brief portion of 2020. And we know that over the past 7 months, it has been in turmoil. There has been unrest. You know, how many of us need hope? How many of us need the light to be shining, the truth, you know, because there's so much propaganda going on. There's so much censorship happening within our world. And there's a lot of sinister motives and very evil agendas that are right now taking place. You know, I don't have to go into the whole thing to do with the lockdown and wearing masks and everything to do with the pandemic. Everyone knows, especially right now, that there's so much more beyond, well beyond a simple virus. And so again, you know, this dream also is giving more and more clarity about what's going on in our world and helping me understand that I only have a few more months until 2020 is over, and I am going to do everything I can within my human power and ability to continue living out my purpose in life. So here we go. Dream interpretation of light symbolizes our spiritual vision and illumination. Light dreams often occur after you have realized something about yourself. Ha! Snap! Yeah, I've been doing a whole lot of learning, you know. And it's amazing that once we realize that in our past we may have repressed emotions, suppressed emotions, repressed trauma, and so forth. And then it finally unravels. It finally kind of comes to the surface and we could see it exactly as it is. And it becomes our reality. And then we're present, sitting with it and acknowledging it and addressing it. And then we make changes in our life. It is extremely wonderful to be on that healing path and to know that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Light dreams can also be a message by your subconscious that you are ready to gain new awareness and insight about yourself. So we will always, I really believe, until we take our last breath, we will always be gaining more new insight, more perspective. You know, as we evolve, as we transform, as we finally blossom into who we were designed to be, we will repeatedly, you know, year by year, over and over, we'll continue to learn more about ourselves, more about our past, and we'll be more in tune with the present time. So we're very mindful, you know, us empaths, you know, we try to focus on the now, but a lot of times whatever's happening in the now is because of what happened way back when. And so we are still growing, and growth is a beautiful expansion. It is something that's extremely positive, and yes, very, very symbolic of the metamorphosis of a butterfly. Next, if your dreams about light involve natural light coming from the sky. So in my case, yes, it was natural light. It was dark in my home. I went over to the window. I opened up the mini blinds, and natural lighting flooded into my room, and it became bright, and which I could clearly see. So it says, if your dreams about light involve natural light coming from the sky, it can address your spiritual feelings of clarity, limitless freedom, and expansion. Woo! Amen. Love that. Love that. And so my dream confirmation is that being in the dark and opening up the mini blinds in which I could see the light confirms that I am on a spiritual expansion, a soul mission. I am growing. I am continually walking in my true essence. And that is just absolutely awesome, to just be who we are meant to be, to just be truth seekers and you know, these people who have integrity and authenticity. You know, I think when we step into being our true selves, when we're courageous enough to put ourselves out there for others to see us, you know, the good, the bad, and the everything in between, that it gives them hope that they too can become the person who they're meant to be, and that they don't have to hide or conceal themselves. They don't have to stay in the darkness, even if there were horrible things that happened to you or your past. You know, the light is for you to step in to this beautiful new chapter of your life and to know that there's so much greatness ahead of you. Next is that I have a quote, very inspiring quote by Anthony Douglas Williams, and we're going to end on this note. Become the bright light for others when the world becomes dark. And that's really what it's all about. That's really what it's all about. And so, here we go. Come on. This thing sometimes gets stuck. Hang on. Got it. Here we go. So, today, I shine the light to you. There is no more darkness. The light is wrapping you in tenderness, acceptance, love, kindness, grace, and healing. And may you continue to be the shining light that our world oh so desperately needs. And if you need more encouragement or you'd like some inspiration, you could go to my website at danarcuri.com. And then meanwhile, share with me, have you ever had dreams about mini blinds, windows, about being in the dark and then seeing the light? If you are really great at dream interpretation, I'd love to hear what you have to say about my dream. And if you would like to share any of your supernatural and powerful dreams with me, feel free to do so, because I'm a lover of dreams and anything to do with divine signs. Thank you and have a blessed day.